Kingdom Come Deliverance II is the latest game from Warhorse Studios, and running on the CryEngine, supports DLSS and FSR. Is your GPU up for playing it? And first, taking a look at VRAM usage, since this game doesn't support ray tracing, it does simplify things a little bit, and the VRAM demands at 900p aren't that high, especially on the low setting, needing just over 6GB. That number does increase as you increase the resolution, and for the best results at 4K, you'll want a 10GB card. Turning on all the bells and whistles in the experimental mode does increase the VRAM usage by about 3GB, with at 900p being just over 9GB, and at 4K over 12GB. And when testing at the ultra quality setting, performance is pretty strong at 1080p, with just about every modern card able to hit 60 FPS while gaming, with the exception being the RTX 3050. If you are looking to game at 100 FPS, that could be achieved with an RX 7800 XT or an RTX 4070. With the fastest card available, the RTX 5090, delivering 225 FPS. Bumping up the resolution to 1440p does reduce the RTX 5090 to 185 FPS, with the RX 7900 XTX and RTX 3090 Ti being the benchmarks for 100 FPS. 60 FPS can be achieved by a RTX 4060 Ti, RX 6800, or even an RTX 2080 Ti, with basically every other modern card achieving at least 30 FPS. 4K is a bit too much to ask for these older and entry-level cards, with the 30 FPS line now being held by the RTX 4060 Ti, ARC B580, and RX 7700 XT. To play at 60 FPS at a native 4K, you are going to need a pretty powerful card, with that being either an RTX 4080 or RX 7900 XTX. With the RTX 5090 the only card able to achieve above 100 FPS. At least at native. With a little bit of help from upscaling, namely the quality setting, you would be able to achieve 100 FPS with an RX 7900 XTX or an RTX 4070 Ti, with the 60 FPS line now being much more reasonable, and you can get that with an RX 6800 or RTX 4060 Ti. And even the lowly RTX 3050 is able to deliver a playable experience at 4K when using these settings. If you did need even more performance, you could always just lower down the settings, with medium giving a nice 18% bump in performance while still looking pretty good, while moving down to low would give you a 45% boost in performance, though with a much bigger visual hit.